Alright guys, what's up? It's the Sandman back at it again with a special reaction video, guys. And today we're looking at my favorite band, particularly the lead guitarist, Mr. Kirk the RIPPAH Hammett. So apparently he's got some like solo stuff, like just him doing a solo. And I don't really think I heard like any of it, like him just going off and doing whatever the hell he wants to do in concert. Um, the only thing I've heard, maybe remember hearing, is maybe like the end of like "For Whom the Bell Tolls" and a couple other songs where he just kind of goes off at the end, just kind of before the transition, and a couple like instrumental sections. Like I've heard the one, the classic video with them playing "To Live Is to Die" before going into Master of Puppets, stuff like that. And I've heard a bit of him soloing in that section as well. But right here, I think this is from Seattle of '89, and this is one I haven't heard. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be very surprised by what I'm going to hear, because I want to see what he can just do like off the cuff. And I saw a really cool video actually backstage where he talks about like before he goes to do his little solo part, he spends time backstage before the concert just coming up. He spends time himself just coming up with songs to do it based off of, and just coming up with it like pretty much right before he goes on stage. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, man. So here we go. Guitar solo, Kirk Hammett. Let's see what he's got. Seattle of '89. So it's gonna be a lot of energy, I'm guessing. And yeah, let's get right into it. Let's see what he's got. Man, I'd absolutely kill to be there, man. I'd be nervous as hell though if I'd do that, because it's just me. I'm not covered by the music of the band. It's literally just me. But obviously he's very comfortable because these guys own the stage. So him just going out there, he's already captured the crowd. They've already captured the crowd. So even if he makes a couple mistakes, not really a big deal at all. But yeah, right away he's really good at those pentatonic licks, man. Those pull offs, those quick pull offs in the beginning, and he does that a lot. Those the scale running down the frets. He might not even play a scale. He just kind of runs down the frets really fast. It's like a race car. You know what I'm saying? It has a really racy feel to it. I always like that effect. That's why I like Dave Mustaine solos a lot, because a lot of people just like to talk crap on Dave Mustaine on his lead playing, but you know I love the intensity. I love like the energy. That's just like everything. I'll say sloppy. Like even if it's sloppy, it adds a new element to his music. It's not so cut and dry. Um, it's very like gritty. It has a really gritty sound. So that's what I like. Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, so right there, Metal's favorite scale, the E minor, doing the chugs, going transitioning from that into the licks. Very cool stuff, and a lot of Justice solos that I'm hearing, man. A lot of Justice influence. Obviously, it's around the same time period as this is the Justice tour, so it makes total sense. Um, but yeah, that lick that he played, that crazy lick where he plays that in the first position pentatonic, the where the high E string, and uses the B and E strings, and he just pulls off from the E to G and then E back to A, like using his ring and ring and pinky fingers. Um, and that's like my favorite lick that he ever does. It's just even I use it. Like I'm addicted to using that lick. It's like you hear it in the battery solo, for instance, like the first like mini solo. It's not even a solo. It's just after the first verse. That's the lick I'm talking about. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, like listen to battery after that first verse, and before then the second verse, he plays like a miniature solo, like maybe like 5 seconds long. So, yeah, like that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. You can't get them to be quiet. Is he playing Hendrix? Here we go. Bro, that guitar is not staying in tune. I don't think he uses that though. That looks like a different kind of guitar that he's using. So he might just like be a guitar just to get beat up. You know what I'm saying? Man, I wish I had a Floyd Rose that allows you to do all the tremolo tricks and stuff like that. Cause I just have a Les Paul, Epiphone Les Paul at that. And I've never had a guitar that I can really just like do the dive bombs and all those cool squealing effects that he's doing right there, man. Definitely my next purchase is gonna be that because that looks really fun. But yeah, the Little Wing section was really good. I love that solo anyways in that song. It just has a lot of power when those first notes kick in. Um, but yeah, man, I think a lot of his style is blues influenced anyway because I heard interviews about him, you know, influenced by Page and Hendrix, and a lot of you know, and you know, he does a lot of the blues scale and his solos. So you can clearly hear that in his song selection, even in the note selection when he does the double stops, and when he does like he does a lot of bluesy licks that are just like three times faster than you would normally hear. Um, but yeah, so I mean, well, let's just finish this real quick before I get to my final thoughts.
Hey guys, that's Kirk Hammett on lead
Oh, that's funny.
This is the checkers.
Yeah, crazy good solo, crazy good solo. And I think the thing that makes a lot of people like Kirk Hammett's style, like I'll admit he's not the most like technical virtuoso type guitarist, like someone like a Marty Friedman or someone like a Steve Vai, for instance, or even a Eddie Van Halen. But his style is inspiring to a lot of younger players, and a lot of players are very inspired by him because his style is very accessible. It's not really, and I don't mean this to be like a knock on it. I mean it to be as a complimentary thing. I mean because he doesn't like go overboard with the theory. He doesn't really go like using a lot of like modes and modal stuff. It's a lot of like repeated themes that you hear in the solos. Um, and of course, that's not the case all the time. Like for instance, wherever I may roam, that's in like Phrygian dominant or something like that. And solos like the one in Disposable Heroes. This is probably my favorite solo. If you want to hear my favorite solo by Kirk Hammett, it's probably Disposable Heroes solo. That really is a unique sounding solo, and he's got a lot of other stuff. The Justice solos are crazily good, are like crazy good too. But like the point being is his style is very accessible. Obviously, it takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of technique, but theory wise, it's easy to digest in comparison to some other guitarists. Is what I'm trying to say. And particularly, you don't got to worry about like a lot of sweep picking. You don't have to worry about a lot of like modal interchange or like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of it is easier to digest, and playing it is a different thing. Playing it like he can is a different thing. But in terms of understanding what's going on, I find that his solos are very accessible in that way. That's what I like about Kirk Hammett. And obviously, he's just having fun here, man. He's just going on, beating the shit out of the guitar. Um, I love it. I loved it. Love the energy. I love the crowd. I wish I could have been there, man. If there's ever a concert I would go to, it would have to be Metallica, Seattle, '89, definitely, without question. Um, yeah, totally. But anyways, that's it. I don't want to talk too long. That was a great little solo there. Um, yeah, guys, the Sandman checking out. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace out. Stay tuned for the next one.